Welcome to the Bridal Podcast. I'm Molly from the Planning Touch. We are at the historic Saturn Club. We are with Juliana. Welcome.
Hello.
We have Ron and Heather with us today as well.
Hi guys.
So how are you doing today?
I'm good. I am tired, but I am good.
Well caffeinated. I see a very large venti coffee.
There is a venti coffee
on the other side of the table.
Yes.
Perfect.
And our stomachs are full. We got a nice little breakfast spread.
Good nosh.
All right. Well, we're just gonna dive right into it. So we're at the Saturn Club right now in Buffalo. Why don't you tell us how you got into event planning and how you got into the Saturn Club?
So event planning actually started when I was back on Long Island. I was born and raised on Long Island. My mother and I used to do like waitress for hire.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just go to events that, people didn't have servers or didn't have caterers. The catering company would hire us or the client would hire us on their own. And I loved it from the very beginning. It was
How old were you?
I was probably, when I started, maybe like 16, 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it right off the bat. Something about catering to other people was very satisfying, which is hysterical because when my wife asked me to do anything,
Well, there's a difference.
It's a very big difference,
Yeah.
but there's a big difference between can you go in the kitchen and get me some sugar, or can you like rub my feet? I'm like, absolutely not. But I do love being the go-to person to get stuff for people. I was fortunate enough to work a lot of very high-end events, being that Long Island is somewhat of an affluent community.
It's not cheap out there.
Bougie, if you will.
Yes,
bougie, if you will. Yeah.
It is not on the cheap side. The more east you go out.
Yeah.
So I remember I was like 16 years old signing like non-disclosure forms, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, who am I gonna see? Who am I gonna see? It was very exciting at such a young age. So I kind of branched off of that, and then my mother and I kind of went on our own. Instead of going through another woman, we just went on our own doing waitress for hire, but then we started adding little things in, like we could do your setup, we can do your decor. We don't provide food. That's the one thing that we never did. Because I was like, I'm not messing with that. But we did pretty much everything from start to finish.
Awesome.
And I moved up to Buffalo about 5 years ago, and I was really nervous that was going to kind of come to a standstill. But I was lucky enough to start working at the Country Club of Buffalo, where I was the banquet captain, and pretty much anything that had the word event in it was all me. So I got to work very, very, I will say, prestigious events when it comes to the golfing that they have there. They're actually hosting, I think, the Masters like next year or something. Wow. So they have a lot of really fancy...
Did you do a lot of weddings there?
Yes.
Yep.
A lot of very fancy weddings there. I've worked with amazing event planners. I've worked with Chris Morrow before. He does amazing stuff. And I learned from the best there. So I wanted to kind of branch off of what I was doing there. Working in a private club has its pros and cons. So I wanted to work with the public for a little bit. I then moved over into classic events catering. So I oversaw the Aqua, Hotel Lafayette, and the Foundry.
All three
of them.
Wow.
And I was doing banquet sales there. Turned out to not really be what I wanted. I don't find myself to be the person to sell you something. I just want to be the go-to person after you've made the decision.
Yes.
So I came
You're
back.
not a salesman.
I'm not a salesman. I could sell ice cream,
yes,
but I'm not going to. But I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So I came back to the club life, and I found myself at Saturn Club.
Amazing.
Which is beautiful. Like if people haven't seen photos or been inside, I mean, this is like classic Buffalo.
Have you guys been in the
architecture.
basement?
No. I can't wait to see all the nooks and crannies.
We'll have to go on a big tour.
I get very,
It's
very
so
nerdy
cool
about this stuff.
Yes.
So even this room and the ceilings and the moldings and everything is just, I could sit in here for days.
It's all original. The club was established in 1885.
Wow.
But this building was made in 1921. So, and everything's original. We really don't like to touch anything. I mean, we'll put a coat of wax on the floor every now and then, or we'll polish up the wood. But we really don't like to touch anything. Actually, we can't. We're part of the Historic Preservation Society.
Yeah.
So even if we wanted to, we can't touch the building.
I wouldn't watch.
I'm happy for
Yeah.
that.
It's really amazing walking down the halls and seeing like all the old pictures of all the old
Mhm.
members and things like that, and
Yeah.
just that they're wearing like the gowns and stuff and the
Yes.
robes is such a like classic.
It's a totally
Thing.
different world,
And
really
you don't see
transports
that
you.
anymore
Yeah.
anywhere.
And there's some big, that hallway that you guys came down with all those photos, there's some big names on there. There's Roswell Park is on there, the Goodyear family
Oh my
is
gosh.
on there. It's a lot of really big names
Yeah.
that have come through here. We have a chair that Theodore Roosevelt sat in when
I
he
got
came
to
to
see
visit
it.
here, and he carved his name
Can
into
I
the
see
chair.
the chair later?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to do our cribs thing.
Yes, we'll have to do a
It's
whole
like
tour,
locked.
Yes.
It's
so
locked
people
off,
can
right?
see.
You can't see.
There's a rope on the chair because you are not actually allowed to sit on the
Well,
chair
I would
because
hope so.
it is from the 1800s.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, he came here in 1901, I believe.
That
and
is
now
so
he's
cool.
an honorary dean. So if he ever comes back, he's a dean for a day.
Love that.
Oh,
I
amazing.
love that. My 10-year-old just did a history project on Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh.
And so if I come back with a
I was gonna say you
picture,
gotta take a photo.
I'm
then.
going to be very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you
You
will.
have to take a photo.
Status elevated. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Well, then speaking of the Saturn Club, why don't you tell us what makes it such a unique wedding venue, event space? You know, I know there's tons of rooms. I've taken a tour through here, so I kind of have an idea. But why don't you tell us what makes it so unique?
I personally think that having multiple rooms is the biggest thing that any bride could ask for. I don't know if maybe that's just me. I got married in October, and I got married at the beautiful Admiral Room, and it was gorgeous. But in my mind, I had always envisioned like cocktail hour being separate,
Mhm.
and then like this grand reveal for my reception.
Yep.
And as beautiful as it was, I didn't get that, and I still, it's still one of those details I'm thinking about now. So I think that we have multiple rooms. We don't like to keep everything in one room.
Mhm.
We have the courtyard, we have 2 main rooms on the lower floor that we like to use for cocktail hour if you're not going to use the courtyard,
Mhm.
and then we have our one big reception room. You can have the reception anywhere, it just depends on the guest count.
Right.
But I do like that there are so many, we have 10 plus rooms in the entire
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
So the upper level is also really nice for the brides getting ready, the grooms getting ready, having food out. It's multiple spaces for your vendors to
Yeah.
go, and I think it's kind of like a one-stop shop.
For sure, because you have the get ready rooms for both the groom and his groomsmen and the bride and her ladies, and then the cocktail hour space. Like, how many people do each of these rooms kind of hold?
The rooms can hold, so the membership is fairly small. We have about 250 members.
Okay.
Compared to, a larger club like Country Club of Buffalo where it's about 500-600 members. So we are not built for anything larger than about 300.
Okay. Yeah.
The main room can fit about 200 because there's a balcony up top as well. So that we can see some like overlooking into the reception, which I think is really cool. A lot of people don't like separating the reception, but I'm like, put your head table up there. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
for
that's
sure.
cool.
No, it's
Whole
cool. It
thing.
oversees
That's so
everything.
cool.
Yeah.
And
And
then
it keeps
people will
people
bother
away
you
from
while
you
you're
for a little
eating.
while. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can enjoy
seriously,
your
it
meal.
does keep you away from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because if any bride knows you're gonna have your Aunt Marge coming up to you in the middle while you're
Always,
trying to eat,
yeah.
and you're just like, yes, I am trying to put food in my body for
Because I have
1
to eat.
second of my wedding
Yeah.
day.
I have a great picture for my wedding day of my grandfather, like, because he forgot my phone number. So my photographer has a picture of him standing in between my wife. She has a fork of food in her hand, and he's got his little notebook out. What's your phone number again?
Oh,
And I'm like, Grandpa, can I just eat? Like, we can handle this. You just called me like 3 days ago.
There's so many other times that you can handle that.
It's the cutest, sweetest thing.
But he just had to do it. So I was like, all right, Grandpa.
You
Like,
know what? It was on the brain.
he had my number. So
Yeah,
I get it.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
I get it.
Where were we?
The amount of people that.
The amount of people. So on average, we have a wedding coming up in May. It's actually 2 members. They met here.
Oh, exciting!
They met here
Oh,
like
that's
while when they both became members, and now they're getting married. They're an awesome couple, and they said it's going to be a party. So we are expecting.
Did they rent the whole place?
They did. So we are expecting about 250.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a lot. It's like half membership, half family.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very big to-do. We actually just bought all new chairs for the wedding. We're buying
wow.
new linen
Wow.
for the wedding. It's going to be a very, very nice way to showcase the club.
Yeah.
For membership and for people who aren't members.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think back to your original question, I think it makes it such a good spot because you are allowed to have
Yeah.
non-members come in here
Yeah.
and people do get to see it,
Mhm.
which not only helps us with potential members, but it helps just extend the beauty of
Yeah.
the club.
You
to
get the
other
whole
people.
place to yourself.
Yes.
It's
We
so
don't.
cool.
We never share wedding spaces. There's never going to be 2 weddings going on at the same time here.
Yeah,
And it's, I just think it's a
Yeah.
one-stop shop.
it's really cool.
Tell us about the courtyard, because I love the courtyard.
The courtyard is beautiful. I wish it was open right now, but we can go see it later. It's right smack dab in the middle of the building, which is convenient sometimes, except when I have to do one thing on the opposite side of the building,
Yeah, of course.
and then I have to walk all the way around. But it's gorgeous. We do host most of our wedding ceremonies out
Yes.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it will turn into cocktail hour right after the ceremony. But most of the time it's ceremony, go inside for cocktail
Okay.
hour, and then actually we can convert it into
Reception.
the dancing area and the
Oh, cool.
reception while people are inside for cocktail hour.
It's a really cool space because you got like the lights out there and like, you know, you can look up and see the sky because you're
Right.
surrounded by all the walls and everything. It's amazing.
And sometimes you can see stars. It depends on light pollution sometimes. But sometimes you can see stars.
Okay. There's turtles back there too, aren't
There are. We have three turtles. No one has named them yet.
I was just gonna ask if they have names.
No one has named them yet.
Oh, my
and
wife
it
would
makes
have named
me
them already.
it makes me really upset because I'm like,
Heather.
who do I have to write to get
Molly.
these?
Look at that.
Heather, Ron, Molly.
I just solved the
There you
problem.
well,
go.
now we have it.
You named
Fantastic.
them.
So
They
we
are
actually
actually
do have
hibernating.
names for the turtles.
They're hibernating right now, but they'll be back.
They were hibernating
Solutions
last time I was
focused
here.
person. Yeah, I like it.
All right, why don't you tell us about some of the amenities? Like I know about the basement
Yes.
of this place because I love the basement. I think the basement is the coolest part of the spot. So why don't you tell us what other amenities and cool spots and offerings that you have here?
I really like the fact that multiple rooms can serve different purposes.
Why don't you start talking about the amenities and special offerings that are kind of like included or you can add on at the Saturn Club?
Yeah. So in terms of membership, we have a full family fitness center downstairs, which includes, I never remember which is the indoor, which is the outdoor. Pickleball courts are the
Okay.
indoor.
Yes.
So we have 4 pickleball courts inside. We have personal training, a full gym, ladies' room, men's room, locker room, a steam room, a swimming pool, 2 paddleball courts, and then the famous basement,
Yes.
which I would have loved to keep a surprise till our tour, but we do have a full access bowling alley
Oh,
What?
wow.
downstairs in the basement.
And it's like old school.
Yes.
Old school.
It's an old school basement.
Oh, I
bowling alley.
cannot.
This is gonna be our
Wait
best
till you
episode of
see it.
Trips. Yeah.
It like takes you back in time.
Yes.
Like honestly.
Gosh,
It's
I'm so excited.
very unexpected, especially when you're driving by. You would never think. We had an HVAC guy in here the other day.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, I never would have thought that there was a
Yeah.
bowling alley under
Seriously.
here. And I was
Oh my
like, yeah,
gosh.
it's very, very cool. We can rent out the bowling alley for late nights,
Mhm.
for weddings.
Okay, that is really.
Yeah.
That's
Is that
just
not
so
cool?
neat.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
really,
getting
really
remarried,
cool.
I think.
Exactly.
Well, we're planning
Well, we
your
can't be
renewal.
here and
We
do
can
it all
have-
inclusive.
We can have several vow renewals.
Who's
you and
paying
your
for all
wife.
of
I was gonna
Who's
say
paying for
I
all
can
this?
also
Yeah.
I can get in on this vow renewal too.
Okay,
Right.
yes.
I'm coming up on 3 years.
Perfect.
That's
There you go.
A nice
Actually,
round
I think-
3
I think-
years. Fantastic.
So you're on 3, I'll be on. We might hit 15, like right at the same time, or 5 and 15.
Okay, so
Okay.
flip a coin. One does a destination, one does here.
I
We
think
have
the
to
one
write
with
it up
15
there.
should do the
Yeah,
destination.
I'll do the
and I will do it here.
destination.
Fantastic.
Okay.
All right,
Guys.
yeah, well that's settled. So my
Perfect.
vow renewal's here, and we're definitely getting the bowling alley.
You tell me a date and I'll book it.
Fantastic. I'm so excited for these weddings, guys.
I know, right? So many weddings now.
Do a live
We just
podcast
booked
from
one,
the
2, 3,
bowling
4.
alley.
A live podcast from the bowling alley and Molly's vow renewal. Guys.
Yeah, we'll give.
But we're
maybe
not
right
we're
on
not
the
gonna
alley.
record Molly's vow renewal. We're
Literally
just
on
gonna
the
record-
lane.
The
Okay.
lane, yes.
You're gonna
Guys.
need those the thing that like the bowling ball, you know those
Yeah,
little
the helpers,
things,
yeah, the
little helper
assistant.
things? That's gonna be your
Helpers.
aisle. You're
Yeah.
just gonna
Yeah.
come sliding
Oh
down.
my god. Guys, if you would like to attend Molly's vow renewal,
Yes.
Yes, we'll put an
Make
RSVP
sure-
like ticket like little link there.
like and subscribe.
Tickets are
and then click-
$500,000.
Right, yeah.
We
We
have
need
to
help
pay
paying
for
for
it
it,
somehow.
so.
Oh my god.
You'll get the Saturn discount. though.
Okay, so there's a little, but we still need some help.
It's only 400,000.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, what else do you have here?
Well, I think obviously the bowling alley being
Yes,
one
that's
of the
huge.
coolest
What
parts
you
that we
need
have.
here?
We really don't need much else. We do have overnight rooms
Yes.
that guests, as of right now, we only have 3, but we are working on the entire other section of this building was just offices.
Mhm.
So we're working on making those overnight suites
Nice.
so that a lot of people come into town
Mhm.
just for
For sure.
events
Yeah,
here.
and they want the same spot where they can stay.
Exactly. And I
Yeah,
mean,
great home
we are
base.
close to downtown,
Yeah.
but still, no one wants to have to deal with getting an Uber, getting
Yeah,
a car
no.
service. So we do have the rooms available here for guests who are staying overnight. It also serves its purpose for brides and grooms,
Mhm.
whether they want to stay here the night of or the night before. I know as a recent bride, if I have the option to sleep overnight in my venue, I
Yeah.
absolutely
Sure.
would
For
have
sure.
done it.
Oh, for
For
sure.
sure.
Absolutely
For
would
sure.
have done it.
For sure, just like to get ready in the morning and
Yep,
everything.
to
I
wake
know.
up and just roll out of bed and just get my hair and makeup done would be amazing.
Yeah, like that was one of my regrets. Not a regret, but like just something I think about with like my wedding venue was like, you know, I do kind of wish that I didn't have to like transport myself in the morning where it's just like you can get up, you get ready, and then you'll probably go to sleep there. To, like
Right.
you have 2 nights in your venue, so you're not driving all over the place.
And even like just putting your stuff somewhere, like you have all your stuff upstairs in your room. Like if you
Mhm.
need something throughout the
Mhm.
night, you can just run up there.
That's convenient.
I can't tell you how many times throughout the night of my wedding I was like, oh my god, I need something.
Yeah,
And
I
was
know
like-
because some places
I was
don't
like,
even have a
"Can
bridal
someone-"
suite.
A lot of
at
places
all.
don't. A lot of places don't
And where
have
do you
bridal
keep your
suites.
stuff? Because you got your like your purse, you like
All your bridesmaids
everything.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So how do you, when a couple comes here and they're interested in, you know, seeing the space, booking it for their wedding or event, what's like the process that you kind of run through to book it?
So being that we are a private club, we do require sponsorship.
Mhm.
However, our dean, we don't have like a board of presidents, we have a dean and a faculty because Saturn Club was founded on by college students.
Mhm.
So our dean of faculty has actually agreed to sponsor any wedding that's coming in
Oh,
from the
wow.
public, just because we finally realized why are we keeping this place all to ourselves,
Mhm.
and we want, obviously, I mean, it's good for the revenue, but
Yeah,
also good
yeah.
just to get the building out there and potentially new membership. You know,
Yeah.
it's really not, membership is not as pricey
Mhm.
as other clubs in the area, being that it's a more relaxed environment. So
Yeah.
Saturn Club was actually founded by the sons of men at the Buffalo Club, and they didn't want such like a stuffy kind of place where like they had a dress code that they needed to dress by, that there were rules in place like, oh, you can only come on this day and your wives can only come this day, so they opened the Saturn Club. It was actually the Saturday Club, but then they changed it, somehow it changed to the Saturn Club. I don't know how it went from Saturday to Saturn, but so we're finally, with those loose guidelines, we're finally thinking, why not open it to the public?
Yeah.
So the dean has agreed to sponsor any outdoor wedding that comes into our doors. So I get tons of inquiries now. I've actually started posting on Facebook a little bit.
Mhm.
We have to be careful with how we're advertising because we're a private club. We can't outwardly advertise.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't go to bridal shows or anything
Yeah.
like that, which makes it a little tricky, but stuff like this is
Yeah.
great to get
Yeah.
people to find out that we exist
Right.
and to get a little bit more information about us.
Yeah.
So if a bride and groom sees this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
can they just call you and kind of like schedule like a site
Yeah.
visit? So you'll run them, take them through a tour, and then
Yeah.
kind of go over the whole process of booking the spot.
Yeah, it would be the same as any other venue, except that we're just a little bit harder to get to.
Mm-hmm.
But being that, we're getting the word out,
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get some more inquiries that way.
Awesome.
For sure, for sure. All right. What is your favorite part of wedding and event planning at the Saturn Club?
I will selfishly have to say the ability to do whatever I want, essentially.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
Um,
like that?
There
Yeah, I know.
wasn't,
That is the perk.
my position wasn't filled prior to me working here. They didn't really think it was necessary
Yeah, sure.
until more events started popping up and they were like, listen, we really need a higher, like, elevated level of doing this.
Mhm.
So when I came in, I kind of sold myself a little short, not sold myself short, what is the word I'm looking for, the phrase I'm looking for? I kind of gave it all away too
Sure.
quickly. Like
Yeah.
my first event I did, I went out there with like florals, and I did draping, and I set myself up is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I set myself up for now everything needs to be to this caliber.
Right.
But I love it because
Under promised and over delivered.
exactly
Yes.
exactly what
Yeah.
I did, because they were the first event I did was very over dramatic, and everyone was like, oh my god. Like, and now sometimes when I'm like a little lazy, I like throw some votives and like blood bases on the table, and they're like, Juliana, this is amazing, and I'm like, thank you so much, because they weren't used to having anything before this.
Yeah.
So the members very much appreciate it, and I think that is one of my favorite parts, is seeing how much they appreciate it, especially when someone comes in for, you know, their husband's birthday party that they planned with me, and they didn't go over decor, but all of a sudden I have a color scheme arranged, and everything is coordinated, and the table looks beautiful, and they're just so grateful for it.
Oh yeah.
And I think utilizing a talent that I have, that even though it seems to me, or even when I'm talking to other people in the industry, it seems like, okay, yeah, like whatever, that was easy, but realizing other people don't have that creativity, other people don't have that talent.
Not everyone is like that.
So not everyone can see the little details. Makes me feel very grateful, one, to have that talent, but also to see it come back to me.
Yeah, I like, as a coordinator too, like at the end of an event or a wedding, I feel like that's my favorite time, because that's when everyone's like, oh my god, thank you so much, like that today was amazing, and it's like,
it's that side
I fulfilled, you know, your needs, and like you're happy. The fact that you're happy is I'm happy.
Right.
Like at the end of the day.
All we ever want is for people to be happy.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
We're the world's biggest people pleasers.
See, I was just telling someone else, I'm like, I am a people pleaser.
I am such a people pleaser. If you come up to me and yell in my face, all I'm going to say is, how can I make it better?
And
I know, seriously, what can I do?
What would you like me to do?
Yes.
That's exactly what you want as a couple, right?
Yes.
Someone's just going to take care of all the stress, take care of all the responsibilities, make sure it's all beautiful, and only wants you to be happy at the end.
Exactly.
That's the goal, right?
Exactly. So how do you handle like last minute changes, or, you know, the unexpected during a live event or wedding?
Oddly enough, I actually welcome last minute changes, because it allows my staff to showcase how well they can operate under pressure. We've had large events before where all of a sudden we're missing a table for 10 people. In the middle of people coming in and getting cocktails, we have literally rolled out a table, set it, put place settings down, put a decor on it, like in under 5 minutes.
And no one probably noticed.
And no one notices. And it's seamless. And I think that's why I welcome it, because I want to be able to showcase that.
Yeah.
Because it's not just me, my talents of arranging it, it's the staff and how perfectly they can time things, how they don't have to talk to each other. It's just like this unwritten language that everyone knows, okay, I'm gonna go get linen, I'm gonna go to the table, I'm gonna get chairs, and it just happens.
Yeah.
So I would say I definitely welcome it, because it is a challenge. It keeps us on our feet.
It's part of the job.
It's part of the job. It keeps us on our toes, and again, it just showcases how awesome they are.
I feel like you should do like hospitality Olympics or something.
Yeah.
Like
I have
you
been
should
thinking about
yes,
that.
Let's
right,
talk
like
about
right
it.
Who
here.
can
Let's
pleat a
do
linen
this.
faster?
Yes,
Like,
who can roll the table,
Yep.
set it up,
Who can
do
do
the
perfect
thing.
roll-ups?
Like we can have teams,
Mhm.
we can have medals.
That's actually a really good idea.
I think
guys.
it would be. I've been thinking about that maybe for a year and a half, and I'm like,
I
how
love
do I
it.
set this up?
Yeah.
Let's
like,
talk.
who would do
We could do
this?
this in the
We
bowling
can figure
alley.
it
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna do it in the bowling alley.
Anything
do it
we
in the
can do
bowling-
actually in the bowling alley would be great.
Yes.
We definitely could do it in the bowling
Who
alley.
can roll tables faster?
Yes.
Because I will lose that one. I am not a table roller.
I have tried before just for like wedding shows. No, I am not equipped to do that.
I
I
don't
would
know if
fail.
I've really even done that. I usually just grab it and go.
Like the big round tables, you've never like rolled it before?
Oh, that's yes.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
talking about rolling the actual table linen.
Oh, no,
I've
no,
never really done that.
Oh no, I've
But
never
the
done
tables,
that.
yeah, I roll over my foot pretty much every time.
Yes.
Because I gotta like keep it there, and then I end up rolling
My
over
balance
shirt.
starts to lose, and then it'll start going forward, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
There should
Don't.
be cameras just to be a fly on the wall to see me when I'm trying to take stuff down or put it apart. Like, it's got to be very humorous. to watch.
I would love to be a fly on the wall watching myself during setting up for any event.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have my fanny pack on.
Nice.
I'm like, I got like crazy glue like coming out of my fingers.
Yeah, I'm running
And
around,
I'm
sweating.
Yep.
Like, it's wild.
With this like look of just sheer concentration on your face,
Yes.
right?
So
Oh,
when,
yeah.
when I was
Love
on Long Island, people called me Ice Queen
Love it.
because they told me that when I'm working, I have a face that could, like, my stare could cut through ice because
Perfect.
I was just like, I would just look right through people.
Yeah,
They would
you're
ask
in the
me-
zone.
They would ask me a question, I'd be like, why would anyone say something so stupid? And then they're like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, that wasn't nice.
I get couples all the time who, like, during cocktail hour when I'm bartending, my focus is get as many drinks out as I can during cocktail hour.
Yes.
They'll come up to me after and they'll be like, you were kind of a dick. And I was like, I'm really not. But do you want 3 drinks in your hand, or do you want me to chit chat with you for
Exactly.
5 minutes?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
We'll chit chat after dinner.
Yeah.
But I get that all the time. Like, I had one bride who was like, I was gonna write a bad review because guests complained about you
Oh, really?
during
Wow.
cocktail hour. But then when I saw you after cocktail, I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
well.
that's like
Yeah.
This is my
like a
job.
bride
And
during
you
the
all got
ceremony.
your drinks.
Yes. It's
You're
just like the
welcome.
setup, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're so focused on
Yes.
getting everything
You're
done.
focused.
I can't
But
think
you're
about
right,
it.
that is the bride during the ceremony.
Like the
where,
ceremony, that's
Yeah.
what, during the ceremony. I feel like the bride is a whole different person.
Oh, I'm like-
because they're stressed out. Like there's just a
Yeah.
whole different side, and then it's like once all that is done, it's like a whole different side of that. Like the party
Yeah.
and fun
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
I tell myself all the time during a ceremony, I'm like, don't take anything that
That's
she
what
says
I have to tell
personally
myself
right now.
too. I'm like, don't take it personal because she's stressed out.
I've been
You're stressed
called
out.
names
Yes.
before where I'm just like, oh my god, the rest of the night is not going to
That's
go
Yeah.
well.
exactly how I feel. I get looks at me and I'm like, oh my god, she's mad. She's mad.
Yep.
And I'm like, no,
I'm like,
don't
she
take it
hates me.
personal.
I'm like, why'd she even hire me? I'm like, she hates me.
And then those are the people who come up and
Yes.
like bear hug you
Yes.
Yes.
afterwards.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
so excited. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you're
can't
just
take
in
it
like that
personally.
professional zone.
Yeah.
Like it, stuff happens. You're in the live event of it, and you gotta handle it, and they
Right.
gotta, take a little less stress. That's why you're there.
Yeah.
But I feel that so much. I do. People just like when there's stress or anxiety on somebody, it changes how they talk to people
It
and
does.
who they are
No, it
in
does.
that moment in time.
Maybe
Yeah.
we also need like a vendor therapy session.
Oh yes.
Like, maybe
That's why I do with these vendor luncheons. I'm like, let's all
Right?
just get together and let's just talk about our
just
clients.
decompress a minute.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Do you have any tips for anyone planning their wedding at like in a historic venue? Because I don't even know. Are there really that many other ones around here?
There are quite a few. You have Buffalo History Museum. If you count the clubs, like
Okay.
you can get married at Buffalo Club,
Yeah.
but you have to be a member. Any of 21st Century Club, Garrett
Oh, yeah.
Club, they're all clubs that you do need sponsorship for.
Gotcha.
But I think my biggest tip, it has not happened here, but my biggest tip would be learn the history
Mm-hmm.
and respect the history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories of people coming in for weddings and defacing property, and that would be the worst case scenario for this building because everything is original.
Mhm.
And I think what a lot of people don't understand is that this club is someone's home.
Mhm.
They being the members are here 24/7. This is their home away from home. They put their own money into this. The dues that they pay for the upkeep of the building. It's almost like they're paying a mortgage
Mhm.
Sure.
on the club.
Yeah.
And just put it in that perspective. Like if you were coming into someone's home, would you, be grabbing at like the wood finishings to
Right.
see if they come off? Or would you be wiggling doorknobs that are like, okay, they look like they're gonna fall off any second now? That's all history.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that way for a reason. We could change it and we could replace them, but we choose not to because we want to keep everything original
Right.
and authentic.
Yeah.
So my biggest tip would be just know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also fun to have like little fun facts. I mean,
Yeah,
when I got
yeah.
married at the Admiral Room, I told everyone was coming up to me and they were like, oh my god, this is so beautiful and blah blah blah. And I was like, did you know there's a bank downstairs? Like, I just thought that was the coolest
Yeah,
thing. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, like it used to be, it's like a speakeasy, like it opens. I'm sorry if anyone's getting married at the Admiral Room and they didn't know that. But I just think it's nice to like have all those fun facts,
That's what I say about the basement.
That's what
why I
we're
keep
saying
talking about the
building out.
basement.
But also, I mean, in every single episode we've talked about creating a wedding that's a reflection of you as a couple.
Yes.
And if you're not going to get excited about the venue, and
Right.
you chose it for a reason,
Mhm.
right? So like, get excited about it,
Right.
you know. But
Yeah.
also, you have to respect it.
Yes.
Don't be an a-hole.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why would
Be
you
nice.
want to? Like, you know, you're in someone's space, like you said,
Right.
someone's home.
Right.
You don't want anyone coming into your home and ruining it. It's like, respect the property. Go have a good time, but respect the property in the same sense.
And just the history of it, respect that
Mm-hmm.
people almost 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, were walking in the same spot that you
Mhm.
were,
Yeah.
and they built this for a purpose,
Yeah.
for a community,
Right.
and you know, just to acknowledge it and just to be as respectful as possible.
Teddy Roosevelt's chair.
Wait till you see that. Wait till you get a photo.
Here, okay?
You're gonna be the
Let's
hero of the
just
day.
hold the
History.
responsibility of being in the space that he was in too and getting married here. You know?
There's just I think the history of this place is so cool. We actually, unfortunately, just had a celebration of life for a woman. Her daughter reached out to me. She's the first female member of the Saturn Club.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
She wasn't a current member when she passed, but I thought that was so cool,
Yeah.
and we went like above and beyond for this, and her daughter was so grateful for it. I was like, this is a piece of history, like
Yeah.
the first woman who was allowed to be in the club. Like
That's incredible.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. So where can people learn more about the Saturn Club?
We are not as easily accessible as you think. My contact information, which I will give to you if you want to post it.
Yep, we'll put it on the bottom.
Perfect.
Of the
My contact information is the best place to find me. If you get me, it's directly to banquets. So if you need someone else for any other reason, I can transfer you.
But you're the go-to.
But I'm the go-to. So my information will be posted with you.
Mhm.
You can always just go on to saturnclub.com or .org. I'm sorry, and I believe the contact information will take you to the front desk, who can also reach me as well.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Well, that's putting her on the spot.
I'm like,
Thinking.
anything else that
I was
wanted
trying to think if there's anything I
add?
missed, but
No, I don't think there was anything I
okay.
missed.
Well,
Normally people ask me, do you have any other questions?
Mm.
And that's when I just blurt out my
okay. Well,
random-
do you have any other questions?
What's the capital of North Dakota?
Oh wow.
Pendleton.
Okay.
I know that's wrong because that's where I'm from, and that was just the
okay.
easiest. That was just the
I
easiest.
stump people a lot. I ask my doctor.
Do you know
about
the
it.
answer to that?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, you don't even know the
Well,
answer.
when people
So it
say,
could
do
be
you have any other
Pendleton.
questions? I'm like, I have
It's
tons of
not.
questions.
It's
What's
not.
the capital?
See, and
Let me
maybe
feel
that's why I
better
didn't
about
ask
it.
it in that
Okay.
way.
It's not.
So no, that's just my random fun fact. If anyone knows the answer, please tell me.
Yes. Please
Yeah, drop it in the
comment.
comments because
Drop it in
now
the
we need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
we
like we
need to
couldn't
find that
just
out.
Google it, but we want one of
I
you
know.
to tell us.
Yes,
what-
yeah.
Now
wanna-
I feel really bad because my college roommate was actually from North Dakota,
You don't
and
know.
I know that she's given me a ton of fun facts.
She had to have told you the
including the
capital.
capital. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ida.
Sorry, Ida.
It's fine.
All right. Well, in that case, that wraps things up. Thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having
It's
us.
so fun.
Thank you.
This is
Thank you for
amazing.
having us. Make sure you like and subscribe. All the contact information will be in the description below. And make sure you check out the SaturnClub.org.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I gotta-